All right, hello. How is everybody doing today? As you can see, beard is a little shaved right now. Let me get up and close that door too. Uh, but yeah, we're back at it. Back at it today. Make sure got everything set up over here. Hope everybody had a good Valentine's Day weekend. It's quite nice over here. But yeah. So where did we leave off? We started working on an inventory system, the very bare bones, and we started because we wanted a health item. So here we have a soda. Will be used for healing. And we started setting up this inventory system. So basically, we have two different functions we call add item. If there's an actual inventory object, which this is the inventory object, we have two instantiators, whatever, constructors, that's what it's called. Took me a little bit. But yeah, we have one for everything being set, and then one if we just pass in a game object. Like so. Pretty straightforward. Let's give us some extra information. So then we can have both of those, adding items and then removing the items. The inventory is actually a static size array. If we were ever going to expand that, aka like increase this, then we'd have to actually copy the array over to a larger array. Then we have our hotbar controller being tied in here, using our hotbar. Then we have an initial inventory. This is going to be tied to the hotbar controller. So we got a list, and then for every object in our default inventory list, which we are temporarily setting up here. This is basically this is at the initial, so basically on it's like an unsaved start of a game playthrough, we might have some initial items. But this might have to be replaced if a character save file exists in the future. Yep, so we're just adding the item to our actual inventory. Then we're actually instantiating the object in our scene, and then setting the transform of the parent correctly according to we're setting it to the hotbar, and then the transform right here, world position stays. We want that set to false. That will correctly align it. Then we set active as false because that's still being handled in our hotbar controller, and then we add that to the list. And then at the very end, we set our hotbar controller's list of items right here to that list that we just made. And this was just a debug statement. All right, so now we have that. If we started working on our soda object, lastly but not leastly. Okay. So now we need to go to our player controller. And we have an on scroll bar. It's in building mode, if not in building mode, then we set the index accordingly, like so. So on attack, this is where this is we're gonna need basically another condition. Basically has a weapon equipped versus not having a weapon equipped. So how do we want to do that? So if we go into our prefabs and we have items, that's where our soda can is, and our weapons. These guys are untagged. Another thing I thought of is for this soda, we're going to basically need, when we run out of an item, like a healing object, is obviously going to get deleted. Like, we're going to remove that. and we're not going to have it anymore. So we'll have to even set this back to having a none. So that the none object will probably actually be the default state of our list of hotbars. So for instance, maybe another thing we can do in here for dot add so default inventory list. We don't have a static size yet, but I was thinking our hotbar should only be like 4 or 5 items. Basically, like 1 melee weapon, 1 ranged weapon, maybe like a throwable, and then a healing object. Because we don't want to, like, I wanted to have to go through effort to basically switch your weapons mid-scene, so whatever weapon you're bringing in is kind of the weapon you're going to be using most of the time, and most of the weapons are just going to be a linear progression. So there's no reason to go back to the lower end weapons. But yeah, if you're wondering why the scene looks like this, because we're in prefab mode for our player. Yeah, let's go. We could start at high level at our health item. So we're going to need a, let's do a public. This is a good question. How I want to handle this. Okay. So we have items set active is true, is weapon equipped, index equals 0. So we actually do have it as weapon equipped. This right now is basically saying you literally just use for animations, like if we're punching versus sword slashing. But we are setting that because the index at 0 is always none. So maybe instead what we can do is we're going to create a new tag here, and we're going to call this tag a weapon. Like so, go to our prefabs, weapons, and we're going to tag our knife and our splat with the weapon tag. If index is not equal previous index, then we're going to do if items at IDX or at index dot tag does not okay, actually here we go. We're going to go back to using this inline because I like that inline. It should just be a one-line thing. Okay. If player controller got weapon, if items at items that index dot get tag or dot tag equal does not equal weapon, then false. If not, it's going to be true. Okay, so now we actually have access to if the weapon is equipped, like so. Instead of having it actually count on the index, we're counting on the actual game object. So if we go over to player controller, and not as building mode, then we're gonna do basically if weapon is weapon equipped. Okay, then we're gonna set the animated trigger. Else, none and healing object. So that's where the none is. Like we won't be able to punch with that weapon now. Okay. So that maybe means that our actual none. Oops, sorry about that. our none right here, we can tag that as a weapon. Because technically none is a weapon because you're going to be able to use the punch. Okay, so now it's just going to be healing objects and non-weapons. So we need to figure out what to do when we have a healing object. So, let's see. Maybe we can invoke something or hotbar controller. We have a list of our items. So actually, how about we do this? In our player controller, do a variable current obj equals. Then we have a hotbar controller, right? We have a slot controller. Slot controller dot items at slot controller dot index. Okay. So now we're actually getting that actual item out of there. So then we'll just put some if statements in. Current obj dot tag equals to health item. Then on that current obj, we'll get current obj, we'll do a var health item equals current obj dot get component health item, like so. And then we'll do a health item, and this is on attack dot heal, basically. Like so. Not too shabby. Or actually, we can even just call our damageable.heal right here and get the health. So there's a lot of things we can actually do. There's a couple of ways we can do this. And we're gonna pass in we're gonna pass in damageable. And we're gonna make that as a method. Generate method. Heal. Internal void. We're gonna do a public void. Because I don't know quite what that means quite yet. So heal is we're passing in a damageable. So if damageable does not equal null, and then we're gonna also have a secret private heal amount equals, we'll do 5. Actually, we want int here. So that's all. Well, our health is an integer. So we'll do. So we have 20 health. That equals 10 hearts. We'll do 6. That will heal 3 hearts, right? Yeah. Okay. That this base ones will deal heal 3 hearts. So heal is basically hotbar controller. We need to signify that our inventory object loses something. Okay, so let's see. We have add item and remove item. So actually, you can just call an inventory system dot remove item with the game object and just 1 basically, because we have that built in. So we need to get access to this inventory system, and that is going to be tied in our player, right? We have a did we ever add that? No, we didn't even add that to the actual player script yet. Health item dot heal damageable. Then we're gonna do a private inventory system, And on start, we're going to inventory system, component inventory system, like so. And that should be, is it in children? I don't know if it's going to be in children here. Maybe player. No, yeah, it won't. Cell, and that's not in children. It's just going to be a get component. Like so. Okay. So now we can heal right here. And this is going to, if damageable dot on heal or dot heal, and we're going to do heal amount. So, okay. And then we're going to basically do an inventory system dot remove item. We're gonna do current obj, and then we're just gonna do one like so. So now that should remove our actual thing. So then on our remove item, so we set it actually equal to null right here. Then we'll do a if hotbar dot items or hotbar. What was the hotbar controller? Items dot contains, and we're going to do item dot game object dot go. We're going to hotbar controller dot items dot remove, or we're gonna actually set a variable obj equals to hotbar controller dot items dot contain index of, we're gonna do item dot go, like so. And then obj is going to be items IDX, and then we're going to remove obj, and then we're going to destroy obj, like so. Now, what does this do? So this will, if our list contains this actual game object, which I don't know, I think it should work out the way it's thinking since these are instantiated ones. It will actually remove it from the list, and then we're going to actually set hotbar controller dot index is equal to IDX. We're going to set that actually back to 0, like so. This also might fix some things. Attack animation is equal to slop. Yeah, so that's actually good right there. And this is only going to ever happen on the state of being an attacking, so that's okay. So yep, there is that. So we'll set that equal to null if we remove the item, if the amount is less than or equal to 0. And that only needs to happen if the amount is less than or equal to 0 too. Okay, cool. So set active IDX, and that's update if index does not equal previous index, which we do keep track of previous index, so that would be reset to Because 0 will always be our none, and it will always reset. Okay, cool. So health item, damage spot, heal. Then we remove the actual health item. Probably actually need this script right here. But it's good just to have where we can type in our heal amount, and then can do that. We just pass in that damageable. Okay. So now let's see what bugs is gonna happen. So we have a health amount. So we're going to actually delete this bad boy. Go in here. Go to items, soda, in here, like so. Health item. Untagged. We want this as a health item. Transforms fine. Health item. And we're going to go ahead and go into player. This probably might not look correct because I didn't hotbar controller. Don't need that. We actually need is default inventory list, and we're going to throw in our soda. So now, if we press play, we're going to see what happens here. All right, go up, knife, splat. Do we have a soda anywhere? Body, hips, abdomen, torso, shoulder. Okay, hotbar, soda. Let's see where you at. Where you at in the scene? You flying out of nowhere because yep, that's where that happens. But we do have the soda in there. So let's actually enable our weapon and actually try to take damage. Remove item. When was that called? That's on attack. This should be on attack. Okay. Alright, fuck you guys. Yeah, so even the zombies are feeling a lot more intimidating, which is actually good. Okay, like so. Now let's go to soda. Let's try drinking it. So object not set reference. Did we heal at all? Okay, so we're having a problem right here. So inventory I equals item. So we're passing in so maybe up here is we're gonna actually add the item. Made OBJ like so. Yeah. Let's see what that does. Okay. Object not sent. Reference to an object. And that's right here. If object ID equals the item. So item is not actually... I'm guessing this means that item's not actually an item. Right here. Okay, so let's go turn this bad boy off. So when we go to player controller, move current OBJ equals not get component health item. Well, actually... Okay. Alright, debug. .log. Inventory. .geo. Debug. .log. Item. Okay, and what we can always do is do a geo.name too, because the names match as well. Okay. This. Got soda clone. So yeah, we do object not set reference. But it should be right here. See, so we got none, soda, knife one, soda, splat, soda, soda, soda. Okay, so then what's basically gonna happen here? Item.name. So anyway, okay. This is a quick hot fix. That's not going to... Probably not the best way of handling it, but if it works, then maybe not. Okay. So let's get that bad boy out. Object reference not set. And that's right here. If the amount, yeah, so if, what do you mean if object reference is not set to an instance of the object? Okay. To an instance of the object. So I'm thinking this is not... Let's see. Let's see what we can do here. I'm going to ask Mr. ChatGPT because I cannot bother today. Why this could get an object not set to an instance of the object error. Because the only thing, so we're getting the current OBJ right here, and now it's for sure is the same game object because we're actually adding this right here. Well, even we'll add item. We're gonna made OBJ like so. Checking if an element in the inventory is null. Before trying to access its members. Okay. Well, I guess, yeah, that would make sense. Inventory at I does not equal null. Because I'm trying to compare... Right here, I'd be trying to compare null equal to something else. So that could be actually happening afterwards. In which it's still not destroying the object. But let's see what happens here. Oh boy. Okay. Object's not set to an instance of the object. What is not set to the instance? Object. Submit 32. Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't actually fix it up here. This is called a expert programmer right here. Okay. Item not found. So you're still here. So that... Okay. These should be identically named, like matching names. Okay, so this is never happening. Okay. This doesn't actually have the same game objects. And I'm doing this again in the wrong fucking function. So actually, this is, we don't even need this IDX. We just need, not items index of, we need, items.index. Like so. Then hotbar items at IDX. We didn't need that. Index is equal to 0. We remove the object, and then we destroy the object. And set our IDX equal to 0. So let's see if that will work. I might have been trying to overcomplicate it a tiny bit. Okay. Item not found. Okay. What do you mean item is not found? Oh, you know, because we're never returning. Okay, so that does mean. So what we're gonna do here, if so, that remain zone, then we're gonna do also a hotbar. So if hotbar controller dot contains or dot items dot contains, we're gonna do a item like so. We're gonna first of all debug.log check, because I want to see if this, because if not, then what we're gonna do is we're gonna basically have a update in our hotbar controller called remove item from hotbar, and that would honestly, having a remove item and an add item to hotbar probably would be a better way of handling some of these things. Okay, so now let's do this. We're gonna check to see if the item is in the hotbar, which it should be. It really should be. Okay, so it's not. This is quite strange. We're also not getting an item not found. So this does actually... contains item. If items at hotbar index is equal to, or we'll do dot name equal to item dot name, like so. Then maybe we'll get a check popping up. I'd like to see that. Because a remove item from our inventory system is going to be very specific on a hotbar. Nope, still not happening. Let's make sure this is remove item. Yeah, this definitely is calling. So, do a check. This will be check. We get a check, but never a check. do a check check here, check check, and then we'll do a check check check. We should see a check check check. Oh, look at that. We're only ever getting a check. Okay. So we're going to do a debug dot log inventory at I dot amount. Before after. Okay. Because this could have been the whole problem all along. For all we know. Okay. Before, after. It's never actually decreasing. Okay. Now let's see. Check, check, check. Okay. There we go. So now, let's see if this works. That's quite weird. Why would the mathf.max function not work? I guess we probably should have just... Oh, it's not a minus equal. It should have just been an equal. Okay, check, check, check. Oh, perfect. So now I should just be able to put this back in. That's... See, that's very interesting. To where that's not really what you'd think it would be. Now this is going to be that, but actually it's going to equal, not amount, that. Like so, just so we always, of course, get to 0. That will work. Yep. So we set the index equal to 0. Items that remove the object and destroy that. So now let's go ahead and see what happens here. Okay, check, check, check. The object's not removed, unfortunately. So, oh, because we never saved. We're seeing a check, 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 and I'm like, wait, why are we not doing this check, check, check? I love my little check, check, checks. I'm not gonna lie. We did get a check, check, check. And it's gone. And we got reset to none. Perfect. Exactly how it's supposed to be working. Okay. Let's remove our check, check, checks. So yeah, that was a weird bug. So basically what we're going to do is just fix that like so. And that's working now. Completely fine. We'll have to probably do that with the add item. That's where we'll probably have that hotbar change if you've been seeing this pop up down there. That actually has to do with the hotbar change, and right now that's not quite my biggest concern of all time right now. So what are we gonna do now? Let's go ahead into our player and fix this soda. Yeah, so basically probably shouldn't have done this, but it is what it is. We're gonna have to put that there, and we need to put this at 0, 0, 0, as well as that. There he is right there, 0, 0, 0. Like so. Then we're going to go ahead and rotate him correctly. Like so. Da da da. Like that. And even maybe a little bit like that. Rotate him correctly like that. Okay. Save that. We're gonna have to drag that back down. Create a new original prefab or variant from the existing prefab soda. New original. We're gonna delete this guy. Yes. We're gonna rename him. Actually, just delete that guy. Gonna make a new soda like so. Okay, cool. And now that should have its position and rotation saved, right? Okay. Yeah. Looks like so. Alright, cool, cool. Looks good to me. And delete that. And we'll go to player. Actually. Okay. Make sure those correspond. Yep. Yep. Delete player. We need to go down here, missing game object, and we got soda. That should hopefully make it to where we now should have a soda in our hand. Okay. Yep, there's our soda. Okay, so let's go ahead and fight these zombies, take some damage, and hopefully we should see our health heal a little bit. Wonder where these things are coming from. Oh, they're coming from the front. Hello, guys. I honestly just need a little bit of damage. Okay, so let's soda. Okay, it's removed. Player. Where's my health? Yeah, I'm back to health 20, but we never actually updated. So, like, for instance, once I get hit, there we go. So we'll need to fix that real quick. Let's see. Gonna want maybe our player controller, or is it in our damageable? It's probably in our damageable, is what I'm guessing. So let's actually go here. Unity action damageable hit. There we go. There's that. And it'll hit that invoke. Heal. We're probably gonna. So let me just open this bad boy, and let me also open the health UI. We're listening to update hearts UI on damageable hit. So we're gonna actually also do a right here. Let's go to our damageable. We're gonna have another public event easy action, not movable hit, damageable heal. So this is basically like that. Okay. And then we're gonna do a player damageable. Ooh, quite literally just similar to this. Like so. Okay. So now on our heal, we should get an update of our hearts. Then we should see that rise. And now we have a actual crude rudimentary healing object. Don't really know where that comes from. Sometimes that does that. Probably some bug that I'll have to look into at a very low level eventually. Okay. So we're starting out with exactly 1 soda. Okay. I do have another idea. Okay. There's these guys. Hello. You guys get schmacked. Hey. Oh, I'm trapped. We're gonna try to last as long as we can. How about that? Comes one more. There's some more guys coming. Ooh, I am getting hurt. Oh. Okay, come on. There we go. Alright. Let's heal up. I only got 3 hearts from there. Yeah, that's not too good. Kinda suck at this game. Okay, cool. Well, our healing object seems to be working. I have one more idea. Let me go ahead and heal. I'm actually going to do something a little crazy here. I want to see what happens if I add 2 sodas to that. Might break. I don't know if this, but it also might give us 2 sodas. Oh no, yeah. Yeah, they gave us 2 different soda objects. That's because it's instantiating them out there. But cool, we now have healing objects. Overrides. Let's apply all like so. Save the scene. And there we go, guys. In about less than an hour's time, we got a healing object all set up. We had the weird little bug. It was minusing equaling a mathf function, which was basically at 0 was minusing 1 from 0, so that makes sense why that wasn't working. But it's okay to have those stupid errors. The more you get them, the more you're never gonna get them again. Well, you get them again, but the more you learn to recognize them right away. Yeah. So now we have healing items. 10 tied to our inventory system as well. So that's good. I think I'm going to end it there today. I want to do a little short one today. Appreciate anybody who stopped by. Hope I helped a little bit. Anyway, of course. But, yeah. Always remember, the good is out there. It's just one step away. And you guys have a good one.